Hi friends, I am so excited that you are here today because we're going to talk today about one of my favorite resources, Canva. Now Canva has quite literally changed my life. There are so many options on Canva, there are so many opportunities for creativity and innovation, and it offers so many wonderful resources. But enough about that. If you would like to learn more about Canva at its most basic nature, then go ahead and watch the trailer to see if this video is for you. If you're ready to get started or you're interested in just jumping in, and go ahead and keep watching. Today, my plan is to first introduce Canva to walk through some of its really cool resources, and then to walk you through how I would create an assignment on Canva. So let's get started. When you log into Canva for the first time, on your home, you will have an option to choose what it is that you want to design. Now, there are already some templates at the top, so presentation template, social media template, videos, brainstorms, all of those things. But if you wanted to click more, you will see all of the possible templates that Canva has to offer. So Canva has infographic templates, photo collage templates, graphs, book covers, magazine covers, mind maps even. And the really cool thing about Canva is that its free version even allows not only teachers to work on it, but also students, which is fantastic. You can create a graphic organizer, a concept map. And when you click inside of these templates, it will open up for you a mass array of possibilities. Now, like I said before, you could of course create your own, birthed out of your own mind, or you could use one of the many beautiful templates that Canva has to offer. So as you can see on this left-hand side, there are so many options. There are some that are paid options. Most of them are free, but there are some that are paid options. So my suggestion is to keep an eye out for that. I don't see any paid ones here, which is nice, but what you'll see is a little crown and it says Canva Pro on it. But you can go through and you can click into the templates and you can change absolutely everything. So you can change what the text says by double clicking. You can change the font. You can change the font size, the font color, all of those things. You can even change elements. You can change the clouds. If you don't like the clouds, you can get rid of the clouds and add something else. It's all just, it's beautiful and magical, and I absolutely adore Canva. But enough about that. What I want to do today is walk you through how I would make an assignment for my students on Canva. And in order to do that, I'm going to start with a completely blank document. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to hit custom size. And what I want to do, what I usually like to do is I like to do like slide size, or a size that will cover an entire piece of print paper. So I'm going to go to inches, and my width is going to be 11 and my height is going to be 8.5. Because if I were to print this out, I'd want it to be like this, so that students could work like this. I'm going to go ahead and create that new design, and it's going to pull it up for me. And what you're going to see is a completely blank white sheet of paper. We're going to go through each of the really cool things that are here. So I still have the templates, of course, that will fit perfectly in here, but I'm not going to mess with the templates because I really don't want to. So the idea for the lesson that I wanted to create is a TikTok channel planner. The general idea is that I want students to essentially plan out 4 TikToks as if they were a specific character or a specific scientific element or a specific event in history or a specific historical person. So I want there to be, I think, a phone that kind of shows off a TikTok template, as well as a side where they can write and put in some more answers. I generally like for things to be more creative and for kids to be able to draw and really interact with us. So I'm going to include some of that as well. So I'm going to go to Elements. Now in Elements, you can find anything that it is that you want to include. So as you'll see, I have recently included some circles, some magic things, a welcome word sign. There are so many wonderful things here. I am going to go ahead, because I know that I want to include a phone shape. I'm going to type phone and see what I get. Okay, I'm getting some things. I might have to go back and redefine my search. Oh no, this is nice. Okay, it took me a minute, but I found the one that I like. So I want to go ahead and make this just a little bit bigger, and I think I'm going to actually put it closer to the bottom, so that way we can type up here and we can put things on that side. All right, so what I want to do is I want to go ahead and kind of build this TikTok account right here. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to Elements, click Elements, and I'm going to build a circle. Now, it can really be any circle, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and take this one, and I just click that element, and we'll come right in. And then I have these dots that I can use to resize it if I would like to, which I do. And then if I just click in the center and drag, I can move it wherever I want. So this is going to be the profile picture, and I kind of want it to be in the center of the phone. So I'm going to move it around until that red line appears, and then we'll be good. Okay, so I also need a place for them to put the username. So I'm going to go ahead and actually insert a line, which again, I'm going to hit Elements, and there is a line right here. So I'm just going to click that once, and oop, there it is. I'm going to go ahead and grab these and drag them. Now this is nice, but the only problem is that it is super thick. So I can change the line by going up to these. It looks really similar to Google Slides, which is nice. And I'm going to bring it down to 1 because that is so much thicker than I needed. Excuse me. And then I'm going to try and make it as straight as possible. Put it in the center again. And then I want to include some text because I want to put the @ sign. So you'll see Uploads, which is right underneath Elements, and Uploads is where you can put in any image that you have from your computer. You can also upload media from Google if you would like to, or from anywhere else. You'll see that I have a ton of Harry Potter things. I also design my wedding invitations on Canva, so they're my engagement photos. This is a place where you can put, for example, your Bitmoji. But what I want is I want to click text because I want there to be text inside of this. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Add a Subheading, and I am going to put the @ sign. And I'm going to move that until he is right with that line. I think I'm going to move him down just a little bit. Right, looks good. I actually really like that. Cool. Okay. So I still have a little bit more to do with this TikTok account, and that is create the actual space where the videos will go. So I'm going to hit Elements, and then I'm going to hit Rectangle. Actually, I'm going to hit Square. Square will make it a little more like where I can organize them better. So here's a free one right here, right at the top. I don't love that color. So I think I'm going to go click on this colored square right there, and I think I'm going to click this black color and see if I can get it that color. I can. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a little smaller, drag, and I want this to kind of be cut into 4 parts. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm going to copy and paste it and move it over. Copy and paste it, move it down, copy and paste it, move it over. Let me see how I like this. It's okay. The squares seem a little sharp to me, but for right now, I think that's okay. I can always go back and change it if I want to. So my actual TikTok account is finished. So what I want to do next is I would like to start building in my prompts for what students are going to do. So I'm going to go back to text, and I'm going to once again click Add a Subheading, and I'm just going to drag it right up there. I'm going to double click and start typing my instructions. So design a profile picture for this user, explain your design below. And I definitely do not want to keep it this font because it's not super easy to read, and I think students might get a little confused and frustrated by it. So I'm going to go ahead and click fonts, and I have access to so many free or paid fonts on here, which is awesome. You can type anything up here and it will appear. So for example, if I wanted to type Open Sans, I could, and all of these things would appear. Open Sauce, let's see what that looks like. It's not great. Let's see if we can find something else. I'm going to go ahead and just click the back arrow and scroll through it, you know, as one does. Let's see. Popular fonts are right here. That's okay. I kind of just, need something simple for this one because I'm not trying to impress the kids. I'm trying to assess their knowledge of this character. So I'm also going to go ahead and make this font size a little bit smaller because this is going to be on a piece of paper or even on Cami, so I don't need it to be massive for them to see at the front of the room. Okay, I'm satisfied with this. I think I like this placement. I might bring it down just a little bit. Now, to make sure that my kids know exactly where they're supposed to be putting this information, I'm going to go ahead and draw an arrow to that circle. So I'm going to go back up to Elements. I'm going to X out a square, and there should be, yep, lines and shapes. It's right there. So I'm going to go ahead and drag it up a little bit. I'm going to change the weight once more to 1. I'm going to start the arrow here and then end the arrow here. Maybe that arrow should be just a little bit bigger. Oh, let's try what 3 looks like. That's too big. Let's try what 2 looks like. 2 looks good. All right, cool. So I'm very satisfied with that. So next I need, explain your design below. Next I need to include a space for them to write why they included their design. So this time I'm going to type rectangle because rectangle is a little bit easier to shift. And a rectangle is a little easier to play with, if you will, when as long as it comes to size. At least right here, because the square will keep its shape, and even as you make it bigger, the square stays, the same dimensions. The rectangle, though, you can kind of mess around with, which is cool. Ooh, here's a good one. Yeah. Go ahead and make that just a little bit smaller because they're gonna be on paper. And let's put that right there. Cool beans. Okay. Next, I need to include the instructions for this @ sign. So I'm going to go back to text. Actually, I'm not going to. I had to do a lot of editing for that. So I'm going to simply copy and then paste it and drag it down. Right about here. I'm going to click in there and I am going to click Control A, which will allow me to select everything. And then I'm going to give the next instruction, which is create a relevant username for this user. And once again, I'm going to take that arrow, copy, paste it, bring it down this, and drag it over. Cool beans. All right, we're getting close. This is good. This is good. All right, so I have just a couple more instructions and then I will be good to start assigning this. So my last thing is I want to give instructions for these squares, but I also want to give instructions for the meat of this assignment. In the TikTok squares, draw an image that is most important from the TikTok. So basically what I'm trying to say is draw an image that represents the TikTok that your person or your user will be creating. And you can word that however you want. I probably would not keep it like this. I'm just trying to word this. So yeah, you guys know what you're doing. I'm going to go up here and I am going to try this again. Try this again. We'll see if it works. Nope, it does not. I'm going to need a square. S-Q-U-A-R-E. Because what I also want to do is I want to build a space where students are able to fill in information regarding their user. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is I would like to include lines. Well, first I'll change this color. Right, elements, lines. I'd like it to be as straight up and down as possible. That's not straight up and down, but it's close. Right, bring it up. Oh, there we go. Okay. Nope. That looks good. All right. Copy, paste. Try and bring it as centered as possible. Not good enough yet. And drag it over. Move it down. All right, so essentially my idea is this. They are going to draw their image here that will symbolize their TikTok, and then over here they're going to include what will happen in the TikTok as well as what TikTok sound they're going to use. So to do that, I just need to fill in this information and ask these questions using the similar font. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste. I'm going to edit this. What happens in the first TikTok, and bring that on down. And I do want to make this a little bit smaller and maybe even the font size about a 12. Yeah, and then I'll put it right there. And then I'm going to click out, click it, copy and paste it. I'm just going to do that all the way down, and then I'll go back and I'll edit. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to use is, or the next thing I have to do is ask them what sound they're going to use. So I'm just going to move this down and ask it here. So this is what the assignment looks like. They're going to draw their images here, then they're going to write their information here. So the last thing I need to do is add a title here. So I'm going to go ahead and add in text once more. Add a heading. It's going to be a little bigger, and I'm going to type TikTok planner. That's cute. I actually really like that. So I could keep it like that if I wanted to. I could also choose any other font that I wanted to. I think that I'm going to go ahead and leave it like this. It looks fancy, which I like. All right, cool. So, ooh, I forgot to add an arrow. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this and then add this arrow. I'm going to put it right. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right, cool. So this is the actual assignment. This is what I end up getting. This is something that I would print out for my students. It is very basic, very black and white, because I want my I want students to be able to see it when I print it. And I know that, you know, color printing isn't always an option. So I wanted to make this super easy for them to see. I would also probably post an example, and I have an example that I created on my iPad that I will be sharing on Google Classroom, so you can see the assignment and then the assignment example. Canva's fantastic. As always, if you have any questions or would like to create something together, feel free to call me up, and I will see you guys at school. Bye!